Hey everybody, how's it going there? This is Brody here from Card Tricks for the Ages. Very sorry I wasn't able to get day 4 or day 5 up on their actual days of 8 days of deck reviews, but I'll tell you why in a second. But today, I will be catching up today, let me just tell you that. It's my first day of summer today, and that brings me to the point that I just graduated from my school, so I was a little bit busy these last few days coming home late and stuff. I just didn't have time to make videos, but today I will catch up. And it's the start of summer, so awesome for that. So yeah, this is day 4. I suppose I should show you the other 4 decks that are still left to be reviewed. Blue LCD, Red White Lions, Sentinels deck, and the Theory 11 Rebels. This is the order they'll be in. I'll be reviewing today for day 5, the Blue LCD. This will be day 6, day 7, and day 8. So pretty cool decks that'll be reviewed. Let's get into this one, the Dan and Dave Carbon Copy Smoke and Mirrors V7. So a little bit about the Smoke and Mirrors series. It's basically Dan and Dave's most famous line of playing cards. They've released it. I mean, they're all going to look pretty similar to the Smoke and Mirrors. I have the V4 reprint, V5 reprint, and V6 reprints. The V1 and V2s look very similar, except they're white and black, respectively. The V3 I'm not really sure about. I think, or maybe the V2. I think the black one might be the V3, but there's one of the versions that that's kind of like a copy of the first version. So, I don't know, it's a little bit complicated. You can go check it up if you want. So let's get into this carbon copy. This is probably the most limited of all the versions that we all have come to know and love, because it's only been produced in 777 box sets of 6, so you do the math, 777 times 6, that's how many of these decks are in the world, no more and no less. You can get 6 for $77.70 on dananddave.com. I got this solo one for 12 bucks at the Magic Apple. I just wanted to sample it and not get 6 of them, I didn't need all that many. But it's a nice addition to a collection. If you're a collector, this is a must-have, find a way to get it. There'll be a link in the description box for the oneeyedjack.com to buy them solo. They're 20 bucks each, but using my coupon code, Schwarzenegger Magic's coupon code CLUBS, you get 10% off your order. And there's no tax, and there's very little shipping from the One-Eyed Jack. That's an awesome thing. So let's get into this box. It's your standard Smoke and Mirrors box. It says kind of playing cards, if you look really closely in this fancy lettering. Dan and Dave logo's right in the middle, and you get some very nice decorations around here. It's all in black. I should tell you, all the black is embossed in this box. This deck basically looks all gray and black, and that's awesome. I think it goes really cool. We haven't had the color gray yet for the Smoke and Mirrors series, and it works. You take a look, all of the black with the embossed black, it looks really nice. This is probably the best box in the whole Smoke and Mirrors series, and one of my favorite boxes of all time. On the sides, the same thing as always, Dan and Dave, illustrated by S.I. Scott, and the other side says distributed by the D&D Playing Card Company, I believe. Yeah, Dan and Dave Playing Card Company. On the bottom, you get some information about Dan and Dave that nobody really reads. On the top, you get something that's covered by a seal. I believe it says Smoke and Mirrors. Not sure if you can, yeah, you can see that, but I'm not sure what it says. It's covered by the seal. And on the back, you get a glimpse of the back design. It will have actual white borders, but I like how they did it like this. It's how it's always been. They get the coloring. They don't put the white borders on the box just yet. And once again, this is embossed, the D&D logo in the middle, that standard Smoke and Mirrors design. Let's take a look at this seal. This seal is a little bit special. It's called a perforated seal. It comes, when the deck comes, this does not come in cellophane, by the way, because there is no cellophane. It comes in a box set. It came looking exactly like this. It comes looking like it's broken, but it's actually not. It's really hard to open, even when it looks like this. It's called a perforated seal. It looks like a stamp. Really fancy aluminum kind of foiling. It's very bright silver, and it says D&D in black. So it's a really cool seal. It's a nice addition to this deck. Inside of the flap, once again, you get some details, just like always. All the Smoke and Mirrors have those nice little details. And one thing I really like about the box is the inside. They made this entirely black. It looks like they just coated the inside with black ink, and it adds a whole lot with the white inside. Like if the inside was white, or if the inside was gray, it'd look a little bit plain. But this just blows it out. This is awesome. I just love it, especially like the shade of black they use, the pitch black. It's very smooth. It's a good looking box, at least in my opinion. So huge props to designers for that. Let's talk about what you're going to get. Just like with the reprints, you're going to get 2 of these, well, you can call them ad cards, you can call them a second set of jokers, they say D&D. Then you also get 2 main jokers. They look like that, just the regular smoke and mirrors. They're all in gray though, as you can see. Ace of Spades, your regular smoke and mirrors Ace of Spades, you can see what they've got going on there. Just take a look right there. And of course it's in silver. I should stop saying gray, it's silver. Rest of the deck is pretty standard in terms of fonts and pips, except the obvious difference that they have turned all the red cards silver. There's not a single, there's no color in this deck, which is kind of cool actually. We haven't had that before, so it's an interesting touch. I like it. Court cards, you can see just silver and black. Super simple. I love it. I like how it looks. On the other hand, with that, and bear in mind that this should not be a performing deck because of there's not that much contrast between silver and black. Your spectators will get confused by anything that's not like normal red and black. So, but anyway, you wouldn't be performing with this deck because it's 12 bucks a piece anyways. So, I don't see why you'd use this. You'd want to use this in the first place for a performing deck. Back design, awesome. See it right there. Woo, man, it's been a little bit slippery. Bear with me here. Just wait 1 second. Sorry about that. See the back design right here. It's your Smoke and Mirrors back design. There's nothing more to say about it. You just get the Dan and Dave logo. It's a two-way back, obviously. You can look at it from all directions. And look really closely. These are actually the small little circles that are gray, and there's like a black background. It's a good looking pattern. It's very like mesmerizing, I guess you could say. So it's really cool. I like the back design. I didn't expect them to change it for the V7, but yeah, so tell me what you think about this deck. Oh, I suppose I should go over the handling, which is great. I mean, if you've ever felt a Smoke and Mirror deck before, you'll know that they handle really nicely. I think they use Aristocrat stock for these. It feels really good. The cards are kind of thinner than Bicycles, which is nice. Thin borders, fans look great. All the handling ability for this deck is top notch. Everything feels awesome. And yeah, it's a great deck for practicing, maybe, if you want to use that for practicing. So basically, in summary, this is a deck for collectors and maybe some magicians if you want it. And if you just appreciate good aesthetics, because this definitely has good aesthetics. So that's the Dan and Dave V7 carbon copy. Once again, I apologize for the lateness of this video. That's it, guys. Take it easy. See you next time. Bye.